our church president, Nancy Voccola, would like to share something. Yeah. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Well, that was enthusiastic. Can we try one more time? It's cold, it's brisk, it's beautiful. We're all happy to be here. We can sleep when Jonathan preaches. So good morning, everyone. Good morning. That's much better. We're going to try something a little different this morning. I have a list of ministers that have served here at First Baptist. And I'm going to read their names, and I will ask if you would please stand when you hear the name of the minister that was serving when you first came to church here. Stand if you're able, please. Reverend C. Bernard Chapman, Reverend Burrows, Reverend McInerney, Reverend John Wilbur. Oh, first one up, maybe you.
Actually, I was the first one there.
Okay, I'm sorry, I can't read and look up at the same time. So whoever's first, yay you. I think I looked up with Reverend Murray, Reverend Richard Parker, Reverend Van Heerden, Reverend Hale, Reverend Broncar, Reverend Anderson, Reverend Carpenter. We're going to stop there for a minute. I'm just going to ask everybody if they'll take a minute and just look around the room. Okay, you guys can sit and relax. Okay, now we have Team Jonathan. Reverend Jonathan Malone. Okay, now what I want to say this morning is directed at everyone here, but specifically you, so I want you to really hear what I'm saying. You guys can relax now. The people you saw standing before you share something with all of you. Actually, two things. One I'll talk about in a minute, but first, I want to talk about our church history. Some of us here, which is amazing when you consider we're only 30, have been here since forever. The Greens, the Robinsons, the Nicholsons, the Ferreras, the Wards. There's so many I can't even remember. We've been here forever, and we have a great shared history with this church. You have a history with us too, just a tad bit shorter, but hang in there. Because now we have a future together that we're going to plan together. And that's going to be really amazing. So hang in there with me. I have notes, so be afraid. Many, many years ago, a wonderful woman who some of you knew, some of you even had for a kindergarten teacher, Gladys Stresser, said something to me that I have been thinking about so much lately. And it was, ministers come and ministers go. But this is my church. This is my church. Remember that. All the ministers I referenced earlier came to us and brought their unique gifts and talents. We all learned from them, and we all grew with them. And then they were called elsewhere, so they moved on. And so did we. And we're going to continue to move on now. So in the next few weeks, the next few months, it's really important that you communicate. And I want you to communicate with our transitional ministry team. And we'll talk more about that in the weeks to come. But for now, our transitional ministry team consists of Randy Yorston, John Wolcott, and myself. And we want to know what it is that you're looking for. Along with the transitional minister that we get when they come, the better we know what it is that you want, the better we get to know you, the better prepared we'll be to find the perfect candidate for us going forward. I want to remind you, the transitional minister could be here for a year, possibly even 2, but they're leaving at the end of that time frame. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind somewhere. Some of the things we'd like to hear from you is what you might be looking for. Some of the things we want to hear from you are the things you might not be looking for. So we want to talk to you. I'm going to be here every Sunday in the great room after church, so feel free to talk to me then. You can call, you can email, you can talk to Randy, you can talk to John, but we want to know what's on your mind. And I'll get you started. We have amazing kids in this church. We have tremendous kids that'll get up here and sing and dance and do anything we ask them to do with complete confidence. Part of that's because we have an exceptional Christian education department, but also it's because we had a wonderful foundation with these kids from the time that they were little, sitting on these steps here with Jonathan, listening to stories, and being able to speak and say whatever was on their mind comfortably and safely. This is a safe zone for them. And so this is what we get. They've grown up into these amazing kids that we all look at every Sunday and go, how is that possible when they were this big 6 weeks ago? That's what I'm looking for, someone else who can bring that to the table. You might be looking for someone who has some wonderful musical talents. I think it's probably allowed to ask that we'll get another Von Trapp thing. We're like, we have to prolongs, but we're going to do our best for you. And this is a judgment-free zone. So that means if there's something that you want to be different, it's okay to tell us that, okay? There's no hard feelings, there's no guilt. Just be open with us, because the more open you are, the better we're going to do. You might want someone that has a totally different style of preaching. You might want someone who doesn't lay awake in bed at night and think of random obscure hymns that no one has ever heard before and make us sing them every single Sunday. I have no idea where that came from.
It just popped into my head, Jonathan. I just lost my train of thought, sorry.
Okay. The last time I spoke with you guys, I asked you all to be excited, and I want you to be excited because this is a really exciting time for us. This time I'm going to ask you to be patient, because in the long list of things that have to transpire between point A and point B, nowhere on that list did it say, Nancy, this is going to happen really quickly, okay? So be patient with yourselves. You're going to get frustrated, that's okay. When you do, you talk to me, talk to Randy, talk to John. We want you to be open and communicate with us as much as possible. Be patient with me. I have never done this before, so we're going to learn together. So, at the end of the day, if you want to shoot me, that's when you want to talk to Randy or John. Earlier I said we have two things in common. The first was our shared history. The second is something I want you to pay close attention to, because this, not even this incredible, wonderful minister that we've all come to love, these things are not First Baptist Church. They are not. We are. All of us here are First Baptist Church, each and every one of us. And we're getting ready to go on a journey. And it's going to be so great. And I want you to be excited, and I want you to get involved, and I want you to be enthusiastic. So what do you say? Are you guys ready to go on a trip with me? Thank you.